Live. Okay, guys, welcome to synesthetic synesthetic method of learning music. I believe this will be part one, so I'm going to keep everything very, very simple. Hey, Nick. Hey, Amy. So if you do have guitars, whether you do or not, it doesn't matter, because this is going to be a simple lesson that you can pass on to anyone. Now, there are people out there who are asking for a copy of this. Well, I'm just going to step away for a screenshot, and let me line that up. And there you go. I'm going to step away. I think I might get rid of that spot there by turning the light off. But that makes it worse. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what to do to fix that. Sorry. Let's do it now. There you go, guys. No, that's not going to cut it. I just don't know what to do here. Yeah, that's blocking that, isn't it? Okay. All right, I'm just going to do it in the dark. Yeah, that'll do. All right, guys, screenshot time. It's all there. That's all you need to know. So we're doing the synesthetic method, and you'll notice the title. You can call this, when you teach other people, you can call it 145, the 145 system, because that's based on the scale tone chords. Okay, so everyone that knows music knows what 145 means. RGB, well, that's a no-brainer. Red, green, blue. And then people who learn music know that 1, 4, and 5 is the tonic, the subdominant, and the dominant. Okay, so before we begin, let's be really clear about this, because remember I said you're going to be teaching this to people who know nothing about music. Okay, and you guys there at home probably, love music, but as well don't play an instrument. So going from last week's lesson, so for anyone who's just joining right now, it would be handy if you go back and learn everything. Now, you know that this is G, open G. So you might be thinking, well, hang on a minute, we're not going to be learning about technical things about music, right? No, we're not. So basically, we're just going to be teaching people about the one, which is the tonic. Subdominant. Dominant. And you always go back to the tonic. So like baseball, you go to first base, second, third, and then you go home. So the tonic is home. It's very important to understand what the tonic is, guys. In music, even though I said we're not going to be doing music theory, right? But at some point, you do have to get technical. Okay. But a lot of musicians that are famous and very successful can't read music and never did learn how to read music. Well, and they play by ear. Well, I'm one of those musicians that does both. Okay, so I learned how to read music as a teenager, and I learned how to play by ear. So, again, it's always the left brain reading books, and then the right brain just whatever comes to you in terms of inspiration. But always remember, folks, whatever key you're in, okay, so there are 12 keys. And of course, because this is in open G, everything we do from now on will be in the key of G. We're not going to play in other keys. It's all in the key of G. Okay, because it's the easiest. The guitar is a G-tuned instrument. It's not a piano. Okay, so, and it is the root note of the universe. The universe is in the key of G. So, when you understand, all these frequencies here and their respective colors, this is synesthesia. Now, as I said, I've already admitted I'm not synesthetic. I don't see red. I don't see it. But other people can see the red, and then the green, see. And the blue-green, they just see it. So whether you have one of these or not, it doesn't matter, okay? So you can use your finger. So you've got G, the tonic. The the subdominant creates the least amount of resistance. It's the most friendly of the major chords to the tonic. That's the subdominant. Okay, most songs, you can write a song in just in the key of G with one chord. You don't have to use the other 6 chords, because there will always be 7 scale tone chords, okay? And in this case, in the piano case, the C is the key. Therefore, none of these black keys are touched at all. So the first chord will be a major. Oh, hang on, we've got a new G here, right? So let's just switch over to G. Just forget about C. So there can only be 3 major chords, right? And they are the first, the third, and the fifth. So what happens, unfortunately, is this guy here, this minor, which is called 2, and this one, 3, 6, and 7, we're gonna throw them out, right? We're not going to use the second, we're not going to use the third, we're not using the 6th, nor the 7th. We're only using the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th, to keep it simple. And remember, whenever you use any of these other scale tone chords, there's always 7 of them, because there are 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. Do. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so essentially we're only going to be learning songs in the key of G, and we'll be using these 2 chords to complement that one. But remember, these are tension chords that have to resolve back to home. This is home. So home is here and home is here on the 12th fret, okay? Right at the crossroads. That's the middle of the string. G, red in color. G. So if you've got a guitar and it's in tune, you can get an open G tuner on the internet, okay? This will be a D, which is the 5th. This will be a G, so that's the tone here. This is the tonic here. The tonic is the 2nd string, okay? Because we're playing this shape chords, which are famous. We're playing 5th root chords. That's how slide guitar is. We're not doing this shape rooted in the E. We're doing this shape, or this, like this. It's the A shape, right? Okay. So, but in this case, in open position, it's G. So if you wanted to, you could sit there for a whole day and just sing in one. But obviously that will be monotonous, right? There are one chord songs. There's plenty of one chord songs out there, and it's amazing how they've made them so interesting that they get away with it. But minimum, usually there are two chords at least, and sometimes it will be. There are other shapes like 1, 2, 4 is very common as well. 1, 2, 4, but since we're using the open G, everything you do is going to be major. There's no minors. There are no minors. We're not playing any minor chords. So here we have a D. This is a G. The next one's a D, which is left alone. You don't touch this string. You don't tune it from standard. Neither do you do the next one, which is a G. And then there's a B. There's only one B. And that's the 3rd. Because you see, to make a major chord, you need, for a C major, you need C, E, and G. The 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. So when you're playing the piano, that's the C major chord. Let me try and get those fingers out of the way. So let me do it with that finger, and that finger. You can see what I'm doing, can't you? I'm playing the C, the E, and the G. Now the next one, the A minor, is, D minor. We get away from G. So D minor will be a D, an F, and an A. So now you've just basically gone like this. So you've got the tonic, you've got the 2nd minor, the 3rd minor. Now we can't play those, remember. The next one's the subdominant, F. G is the dominant in the key of C. This one's the relative minor, and this one's diminished. And then you go back to the tonic. So you must remember this. There are 3 minors, the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 6th. And there are 3 majors, the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th. And that's why the 1, 4, 5 songs are so common. Now you can punch in your browser famous 12-bar blues or famous 1, 4, 5 songs, or songs that only use tonic, subdominant, and dominant. You can do a search and you can learn those songs. I showed you a whole bunch of them in last week's show. So I'm not going to be doing a lot of singing and a lot of these popular songs. because yeah, they might not be your favourite songs, and there are more important things for you to understand before you know, you start getting carried away with yourself with all of this. So what we know is that conveniently, and only in the key of G, conveniently it happens that you have here the fundamental. Okay, so it's funny. This is called fundamental, the tonic. Okay, and then you've got a second harmonic, which is in the middle of the string. Well, we all know that. That's right here. So if you just go to the 12th fret, the middle of the string, you've got harmonics, not harmonies. This is a harmony. A harmony is two strings. A note is one. So an accord is minimum three. Or three notes, not strings. So a note is just one. I just did that with one note, the G string, okay? Let me get that so that you can do this. Do it again. With a chord. Now I can do that in harmony. It's not good with a third, it's better with a fifth. Let's see if I can do a fifth. Oh yeah, okay, let's do it like this then. Let's use these two tones, these two harmonies. So I've gone off melody, one note. So a note is just one note. Okay, harmonies are two. You can even have three harmonies, but then that's called a chord technically. Okay, but if we do harmonies, let's try. Anyway, all right, so you got the point. That's harmonies, okay? Two. The root, G, and the third, B. These are the two most important, I would say, or even this root here. These two, these are both Gs. That's an octave there. Right? So that G, these are two Gs. These are the only two Gs. Okay, the G string here and the root. All right. So now you know that the tonic is the home base. It's the root. It's the number one. And whatever you do in your song, you generally start in the key. Always, you can't finish, if you're in the key of G, to finish on like an A minor, So there you go. I just actually that's this will be good for you guys. So you know how I said you can't do minors. You cannot play minors in the opens position. So it is limiting because you're forced to play only 5 chords where the dots are. Follow the dots, okay? So we're just going to follow the dots, and we're just going to use these 2 dots. They're the only 2 dots we're using because it's the subdominant and the dominant, the green and the blue in the middle, because that's where we go back here. That's where the green happens. No, the blue happens here at those points here, there and there. The thirds, there, and you'll see there's harmonics there. They sing. You just touch the string just lightly. But if you do it anywhere else, like here where Libra is, so this is Virgo, Scorpio, Libra's dead. No, it doesn't. There's no harmonics. Because this is the quarter of the string, this is the third of the string, and this is the half of the string. You can also get a fifth here. You can hear harmonics here. There's harmonics all around here, but they're very, very weak. And the only strong one is here. And sometimes you even struggle to find it, it's that weak. But this is the fifth of the string. We're not going to be worried about that. We're just going to be doing the quarter of the string where the C chord is. Remember, that's C chord in standard tuning. Okay, some people play it like this. I can't play it because, oh yeah, you can. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Not in the open. Not like that. But anyway, everyone knows that knows the guitar. That is the C chord and that is the D chord. Okay? So instead of what we're doing is we're playing the D, we're just doing this. Instead of playing the standard D like this. I can only play those 3. See, that's D. Well, there it is. It's still D. Nothing's changed, okay? So all we're doing is we're playing songs in the key of G, which is redshift, and then we're going to the subdominant, the 4th, which is green, C, and then the D, which is blue. And we did that. We've already gone past this, so we're only going to be doing RGB, red, green, blue songs. Keep it simple. Now what I did before was, I guess you can. So if you're playing, see, there's only 1/3. This is a 5th. D is a 5th. G is the 1st. D is the 5th. G is the 1st. B is the 3rd. Remember, to make a major chord, you need the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. You don't play the 2nd note or the 4th note to make a major chord. The 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th notes. So to make it minor, you have to flatten the 3rd. So in other words, we already know that this is G, right? Well, and there's only one way we can flatten the third, because that's the only third. So you have to go from there to there. That's all, one fret back. So you go from that one to make it a minor. So that's a third. This is a flattened third. Now I have a G minor. So if I play these two strings only, I can get a minor. So let me play G in the open. I'm going to play all the 7 scale tone chords, but just with 2 strings. G, A minor, B minor, C, E minor, F sharp diminished. You see? So that's what's called scale tone chords, and there are 7 of them always. The first is always going to be a major. Second is a minor. Third is a minor. Fourth and fifth will always be major. The third is what's called the relative minor, and the last one is diminished. And this is how you do it with 2 strings. G, A minor, G, A minor, B minor, C, D, relative minor E, F sharp 7, back to G. All right, so we know we're not going to be doing any of this minor stuff, right? We're not using the E. We're going to keep this straight. And we're going to stay with the dots, okay? Now, in the first lessons, we're only going to be using the harmonics that are found here on the 5th and 7th fret. These are the 2 most important of the dots. But this one and this one are also important. And we're going to be using that. For instance, a lot of popular songs like let's say okay, so A Whole Lot of Love, for instance, it's a 2-chord song, and it goes like this. So, see that chord comes in. And so this is very used. It's very, very used. The Allman Brothers. Deep Purple. Notice they go up to here. Well, that's another trick, but that dot is very this position is very useful. All right. So so we have notes. We can play any melody we want as long as we know. You can remember it's G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So that will be like Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Do. Sorry, do it again. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, the octave. And based on that major scale, you build chords on top of them, and they're called scale tone chords, and there they are. Those are scale tone chords. But we just want this. We just want red, green, and blue for now. And then we're going to learn how to, we're going to learn everything else. But our main goal here, guys, is for you to be able to start being a musician, guitarist, lyricist, whatever, without knowing anything about the guitar. Okay? So, of course, you're going to need an open G tuner, which is quite easy. And you just get those tuned. All right. So now, I think we did a few songs last week. You may remember one of my favourite songs from Bad Company. It's in G. Feel Like Making Love. Okay, so let's just play with that a little bit. Baby, baby, when I think about you, I think about love. And darling, dominant, gonna live without you and your love. And if I had those golden dreams of my yesterday, I would wrap you in the heaven till we're dying all the way. Feel like making. You can use any percussion you want, There's many ways of hitting if you want to do that, but you don't have to. You can just go C, D, D, C, D, D. Feel like making love. I feel like making love. Get these stupid things away. Just get caught in the strings. I should never wear these, but anyway. Feel that. Anyway, so where was I? Alright. Baby. If I think about you, I think about love. So you can just play. And only flamenco, in my opinion, because only flamenco has the things that you're going to be learning. This is part of flamenco, which is called golpe, to get percussion. So you can start by using that part of your thumb up here. Or you can use this finger, the third finger here, your ring finger, and just go. You want to start being a percussionist. So I would suggest you just and also an accompanist by just going from this string to this, from the G to the D. So just with one finger, baby, baby, when I think about you, I think about love. And darling, I won't live without you and your love. And if I had the sun and moon, we would shine there. I would give you both night and day, love satisfying. I feel like making, say dee dee, say dee dee. Feel like making love. I feel like making love. Feel like making love to you. All right, so I would recommend just starting with your thumb and your ring finger. The percussion can come later, don't worry, it will come. You can do this multitasking, you know, put on your favorite movie and just have your guitar there. You don't even need this on you. You can just go like this while you're watching a movie. It doesn't distract you to be practicing while you're doing other things. Trust me. I'm just going bass on the tonic, so G strum with my bum bum. That's not quite. Gonna sound nice and fresh and crispy. What was it doing? Okay, so this is how you begin, you know. You just turn on your favorite movie. Try and keep all this arm stuff. You see guitarists pumping their arms. Don't do that. Keep everything compact. Everything must be compact, even your fingers. So you're going to be learning this soon. To be able to play lead. You can't really do it on a. So you will be doing that, and you'll be learning. You'll also be learning this. And you can start doing that yourself with two fingers, you know, if you wanted to. We're going to get to that. So lead playing is as well, but these will be the fingers that you use, the two walkers. And what you do is you play one string and you rest on the other one, the next one below it, like this. So if I play this string, I rest on this on this string. All right, but for now, all you're going to be doing is playing rhythm. Now I'm just doing the downstroke. If you wanted to, you can do down and up. So you've got that's your bass accompaniment. Now you've got rhythm and bass. All right? That's how good this is. You know, that's the tonic with the fifth. They're the two. Bass players know that essentially all they need to know is the first and the fifth. Most songs are just doing that. So what will happen is you'll be doing this. And all of a sudden, remember, you don't want to be jumping around too much with your hands. Keep it nice and compact. Keep that thumb, don't go like that. I see people stroking and their hands fly away from the strings. No, the hands always stay near the strings. Doesn't matter how fast you're playing. See, I've always got things around here. My hands always, because I've got it anchored here. You always put that here, right there, like that, and then you try and keep your fingers perpendicular. You don't play like this like a lot of guitarists. You see them playing like they've got their fingers going across like that. No, in flamenco, everything is perpendicular. All these fingers and these fingers, both hands, must be curved like this, and even here, your arms must have curves. Everything is like you're holding curves. This is how you hold your hands when you play the guitar. Curves here and curve here. All right. So everything's curved, but perpendicular. So when you're playing lead, these fingers, and they're always, I'm not going like this, like with my fingers down here, right? What's that doing there? That's not good. Everything should be ready. See, that finger's got to be ready to play on there. All right, so you got 4 fingers. Each one takes a fret. First fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret. That's for later on. I'm just showing you that try not to go like that. It's always like this. Perpendicular. And you don't want to be playing here. It's classical guitarists play here to get soft. Over here you get harsher, but more bright sounds. That's why I'm always playing over here, but I go over to here sometimes to get a more mellow over the soundboard here. But flamenco is usually played brightly right near the bridge here. In fact, one of the guys in my band 20 years ago, whatever, Juanito, he was always playing. He would never venture to play up here. He's always. He likes that instead of these. See how mellow it is here? Crispy over here. It gets more and more mellow as you go up. Okay, so you see a lot of classical guitarists, they're always playing around here, you know, like they're doing all their tricky things, but flamenco, you know, it's, I'll just get the Okay, that was the waterman delivering water. All right, guys. So remember, we're going to keep these lessons very, very simple, without complicating things too much. Just get familiar with G, okay? And whether you want to sing it down here, or I got a song and I really love it. It's in the key of G, 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 G. Hang on, that's not even G. G. Well, I was singing up here. G, G. I can't even sing that low. Yes, I can. G. There it is. But how many people are going to sing songs down like this? Right, so stick with these three strings for your singing. You know, you want to keep your range up here. All right. So that's why I always say this is the number one string, the G string. Okay. Remember, these three strings here do not get tuned down. The D. How can I do this? This one here, this string here, the D does not get touched from standard to open. Okay? This is still D as per all the standard tuning guitars, okay? And in fact, I'll show you right now. That's bottom. That should stay there. So let me just show you that this is standard tuning, okay? So this is a G. You can tell that this guitar sounds a lot better than that piece of shit. This is much better. But anyway, this is G, okay? I normally play it like this. C. Yeah, and what you've got to do then is you've got a C and you go to a G. Then D. So, you know, baby, when I think about you, think about love. And darling, gonna live without you and your love. And if I had those golden dreams of my yesterday, I will wrap you in the heavens. I don't know what quality of sound you're getting. I'll bring the mic up a little bit closer. I don't know how it sounds to you guys, but yeah, it's not really sounding good to me anyway. I'm not singing really well today. I'm just not. But next week I suppose I'll warm up or something. I don't know. I'll do something to keep it simple. I'm just trying to keep it simple for you guys. Don't worry if you're not a singer and you can't sing. You will. All you have to do for now is just keep it simple. Just play G song. Just something in G, okay? I remember when I was a boy, I used to play bluegrass. Same song as Jimmy Page played, Mama Don't Allow. You'll see when Jimmy Page was 14, he's playing Mama Don't Allow. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I don't get... hang on, there's it go. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. I haven't done Rum Chucker for a long time. Mama don't allow no guitar picking around here. Yeah. I don't care what mama don't allow, gonna play my guitar anyhow. Mama don't allow no guitar pick around here. Again, there you go. I just showed you an RGB or 1-4-5 song. The tonic, G, this is standard tuning. The C, and the G. Those are the first 3 chords I learned on the guitar when I was 9. I was playing Guantanamera. Guantanamera. Guajira Guantanamera. Right? It's those 3 songs, those 3 chords, always. So, but what I was showing you is that these strings are D, G, and B. They don't get tuned down. Let's hear them here. Okay, so you see that going from standard tuning to open tuning is easy. All you do is you take this one whole tone down from an E to a D. This one that was originally A, now it has to go down to a G. So now you've got a D and a G here, and not an E and an A. And therefore, that string has to go down as well. One full tone. Okay? So that is not an E anymore, that one. So these 2 top strings here, these 2, the top ones and the bottom ones, they get tuned down a full tone. That's how simple it is to go to open G, guys. And you don't have to worry about any positions. You don't have to worry about this hand. You don't have to worry about technique. You don't have to worry about learning. You don't have to worry about theory. You don't have to worry about anything. Just tell yourself, red. Red, G, tonic. The universe is in G. What's going on? That's better. Okay, so this is what you're going to be doing for the next week till I see you next Thursday. Tonic, tonics. Just do the one. Don't even do the 5th for now. Start with just G. Notice my thumb and fingers, they don't run away, they don't go anywhere, they stay right there because I'm fixed here. I've got this anchor and it never moves. Never, even when I'm doing... No, I can't do it on this guitar. This is a very, very cheap guitar, guys. The only reason I'm using it is because it's got a high action and it goes really good with slide and it doesn't touch the frets. Okay? And as I've said before, you must do this with a nylon string. You won't be able to do it with a steel string guitar, I promise you. Do not get an acoustic guitar. Get a nylon string, classical or flamenco. They're the same, I'll show you. Here is my very, very, very expensive Ramirez guitar. This will cost you about $10,000, $15,000 today. And the difference between a classical and flamenco guitar is not much, but you'll see that the body is a lot thinner. It's a lot, You see, this is flamenco and this is classical. This is a classical guitar. This is way heavier than this. This is as light as a feather. These things can explode in your hand. They're that light. And they use cypress and cedar wood. You see the color of the wood? That you can tell this is a flamenco guitar. It's a no-brainer. It's narrow. It's got a very narrow body here. And classical is way. In fact, if we can show you the difference, it's not much on this guitar, but there is a difference. You see how much thicker it is? I've got the back flush. There you go. That's how much thicker they are. The classical. They've got a thicker body, and you'll notice immediately the sound comparison. Listen to how mellow a classical nylon is. The beautiful harmonies. I'm just using 2 strings. Simple. All right, so that's how nice and you can hear it's a lot more mellifluous. Hence, you probably play it more towards the sound hole when you're playing classical. And the harmonies are warm. You see how all that went back home? Wherever you are up here, I'm up to the D here, C, B minor, A minor, G. It always sounds great when you land home. You always go home. Wherever you climb up these 12 frets, you always go back home. And that's the resting place. Now have a listen to the difference in this G string, how full and mellifluous it sounds. And now this expensive flamenco, that's a pretty expensive classical guitar. That's about $500, $600. Probably $1,000, I don't know, because it was a birthday gift and I didn't ask how much it was. I can tell. But it's nowhere near as expensive as this. Now listen to this G. Well, it sounds good too, but this is a flamenco guitar, right? So and I've got this tuned to Dadgad, which is another tuning for Kashmir, yeah. All right, so, but we're not doing Dadgad, we're not doing standard tunings, okay? Right, so I'm just, I keep reminding myself because I do watch the videos that I've done and I'll see where I could possibly leave some holes where you might be scratching your head going, yeah, I didn't quite get that. So there's going to be quite a bit of repetition in these first lessons, guys. But eventually, what I'm going to do, it might take me 3 months. It depends on you guys. It depends on me and how good of a teacher I am. But eventually, I'm going to make a 10-minute video, no more, no less. It'll be exactly 10 minutes. It'll be designed for you. you to be fully competent in knowing the basics of music without ever studying it. Synesthetically, with colors. Red, green, blue. Want a bit of purple? F. Back to red. So you can see that we're going through the rainbow, okay? The rainbow starts with red. G. A is orange. This dot here is yellow. This is where yellow is. Green. In fact, I'll do the 7 chromatic colors for you, because the rainbow, the 12 chromatic colors, not the 7. Okay, because it's easy to do red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, ultraviolet, back to red. It's easy to do 7, the rainbow. But how do you get the whole 12? Because there's 12 frets here. Okay, so you got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, back to Aries, the Lamb of God, Agnes, the G, the Lamb of God getting crucified on the tree of life, music. This is the tree, the body of the guitar, the neck of the guitar, the headstock. That's called the headstock, the head. The neck, and the sexy, curvaceous body. She's a nice one, isn't she? Nice fat bum. Makes a good girlfriend. For all you lonely guys, this is the most loyal girlfriend. She never says no. She's never got a headache. Yeah, it can be cantankerous if you can't tune it properly. But it's always there for you. The guitar is always there for you guys. And the reason I'm doing this for you, and not for instance on a blues harp, I'm not teaching you, so I could teach you something like, oh, this is in the key of A. What key is this? And it's interesting because every harp, this is called a harp, a blues harp. When you blow in it, you get the tonic, the 1, the 3rd, and the 5th. When you blow. When you draw, it's all dominant. So these things are only made in tonic and dominant. There's no subdominant. But why would I teach you just 8 notes when you can do all the colors? Right? So that's why the strings are the best. The guitar is the most popular instrument on earth, always has been. No instrument has been more produced than the guitar, and that's a fact. And you can research this. There are 3 guitars on this earth per person. If you go to Fender or Gibson factory, you'll see them making on their factories, you'll see them from the start to the finish, where they spray paint their sunburst Gibsons and then set them to dry and then send them off to the shops to sell. It all takes about 6 weeks to build a guitar properly. And there's 3 for every person on this plane, guys. And you can afford a $50 to $100 guitar. It doesn't have to be expensive. And you can teach this homeless guy. Look what you can do. This is already music, guys. Sexy. And you know how you do that wolf? It's called the wolf whistle, isn't it? I think it's called the wolf when you see a nice girl. Well, it's easy. You just go to the tonic, and then you go to Satan's flattened 7th, the out of the devil for the last. On any string. The difference is 1 tone. Jimmy Page used to do that in the middle of rock and roll, you know, so you got... Been a long time since I rock and roll. Been a long time since I did the stroll. Let me get it back, let me get it back, let me get it back. Baby, where I come from. It's all the same thing. It's all 12-bar blues is this. But we're going to keep it simple. We're not doing these extra things yet. We're just going to be using this thing here, and we're just going to sort of make it sound funky enough to sound like rock and roll, you know? Like we did the other week, I think, with Kansas City. Going to Kansas City, here I come. Let me slow it down for you. I'm going to Kansas City, here I come. They got lots of pretty women there, and I'm gonna get me one. I'll be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine. I'll be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine, with my Kansas City baby and a bottle of Kansas City wine. That's 12-bar blues. The tonic, however you want to do it. And you do 2 bars, always at the subdominant. Back to the tonic. 1, 1, 1, 1, and that makes 12 bars. So let's go over that again. 4 bars in the tonic, 2 here, 2 back at the tonic, and then you go 1, 1, 1, 1, and that makes 12 bars. So let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Back to the tonic. And that's where you start telling your story, always at the tonic, where you're at home, you're safe. The tonic is the key you're in. That's the key. You're in the key of G, and it's a red key. But you're going to put some flavour in there with a bit of blue, maybe some yellow, blue, green, yellow, green, blue, red. A lot of songs do this as well. Red, yellow, green, blue, violet, red. So let's play all the 5 dots now. Red, G. Yellow, B flat. Green, C. D, blue. Let's do some rum chugger. It's out of key. Out of tune. Not out of key, out of tune. I made the miserable mistake just before the show. This guitar was sitting out in the sun. So it's been cooling down for an hour and it just keeps going out of tune. Remember, when you take wood guitars out into the sun, it expands and your strings will go out of tune. So you have to keep your guitar in a stabilized climate always. This is why it's very hard for buskers to play flamenco guitar on the street. And I did that for 12 years selling CDs. It's raining 1 minute, it's cold, and then the sun comes out the next set, and then it's cold, and you're always, even in the middle of a song, you're tuning, that's out. In the middle of a song, the guitar goes out of tune. That's probably the biggest thing. I mean, these don't go out of tune. So let's imagine that this was in the key of C. This would be all C, blowing. I'm just blowing here, no sucking, just blowing. Let me make sure what key that's in. Yeah, it's in A. Yeah. So I don't have one in C unless I use my little lady, my key ring, which I've had on here for about 40 years, since I was a teenager. And it's only got 4 holes. You see, that's 1 octave. And that note is C, that's E, that's G, and that's C. Well, that's the first, the tonic, the third, the fifth, back to the tonic. But when you draw, you've got all these other notes. You've got the D, the F, and the A. Well, now that makes the D chord. So everything I suck here. Wait a minute. No. It's going to be G. It's D. Wait a minute. Yeah, G. Yeah, it's no, it's D. C, D, C. Yeah, that's a D, not a G. Well, there's only 2 chords on a mouth organ, right? The tonic is blown, and the subdominant and the dominant are drawing. So if you're going to play a rhythm like this with your tongue, it's blocked. Let's do it properly over here. That's 2 chords. So I'm playing rhythm and melody. Let me try something that you all may know. Now I'm starting to use harmonies. I'm not playing the one note. So you can spread out your mouth a little bit more and just play more notes. It's going to be a little bit muddier, but you can still get away with it. Like, and then maybe the next verse you just tighten it up a bit and just go to the one. If you put your hand on the front there, you make it. That's why you see a lot of blues musicians going. They cup that sound coming in and out, right? But when you blow, you always got the tonic. And when you draw, you go to the subdominant or the dominant, right? It's a mix of both. But there'll be people who will disagree with that. They'll just say it's tonic and subdominant and dominant. Yeah, I should check that, shouldn't I? Before I... Yeah. No, it's tonic and dominant. Okay. Blowing, tonic. Sucking, dominant. 2 chords. That's how they play the blues, guys. So you're getting a lot more with the strings. We're getting a lot more here for our money's worth. So for you guys who already know music, this might be boring for you, but I want to get to beginners. I want to get to everyone. And I want you to be the first people to learn this stuff and spread it around the world, you know. Imagine all these kids in Gaza. They used to have a home last week. They don't have parents. They've got nothing. They've got 3 fingers here, 2 fingers here. And they think, well, I haven't got a home. I've lost my parents. I've lost my relatives. Got no fingers, so that's my music career gone. No, it's not. Many people are committing suicide, guys. They're depressed. You've got no idea how depressed people really are. They might smile in their screen, you know, in their selfies. By the way, you'll never catch me doing a selfie. You know how these people get there and they do their muscles and they do these selfies, and all these girls doing selfies. There's not one photo of me ever, and there never will be, of me doing a selfie. You know, it's so fucking pathetic. You know, anyway, in fact, there are guys out there that seem to be intelligent and wise, and you see all their posts every day, like, look at me. I've got muscles. Look at my body. Look at me, you know. Fucking selfies. What are you going to do? Take a picture of your fucking shit? Go to the toilet and say, look at my poo. Look. Why don't you do that? Show them how good your poo is. You selfie-taking fucktards. Anyway, let's get back to making people happy instead of, criticising people. Stupidity will always be around, so let them be stupid. Their selfies are here today and gone tomorrow. You know, these people take selfies and look happy. You go and visit them and you'll find that they're depressed. They're not happy. They never show their anger, you know, because that's how the people with the suit and tie and the politicians and lawyers, you can't do that. You can't cross that line. You can't say certain words. You've got to be societal. You've got to have all these norms and things to conform to. You must conform. We're all bricks in the wall. Yeah, we're going to learn that, by the way. We're going to learn Pink Floyd, Creedence Clearwater Revival, Led Zeppelin, all of them. All the great bands, guys. Thinking about Led Zeppelin, here's one for you. Going to California. Look how easy it is. This is 2 chords. Going to California, Led Zeppelin, on their most famous best-selling album, Led Zeppelin 4. With Stairway to Heaven, Black Dog, Rock and Roll, When the Levee Breaks. 8 of the best, sexiest songs. It was released on the 8th of November. 8 songs, the best rock and roll album in history of history. 8 songs released on the 8th of November, Scorpio. And it starts off with Black Dog. Hey, hey, mama said the way you move, I'm gonna make you sweat. I'm gonna make you groove. Hey, hey, mama said the way you... Let's have a look. Scorpio's all about sex, right? So Led Zeppelin released their biggest selling album, and it's all about Scorpio things. There's war, sex, mysticism, ascension, Stairway to Heaven, all Scorpio themes. Let's have a look at Black Dog. All right, next verse. Hey, hey, child, the way you shake that thing. What thing? Gonna make you burn. I'm gonna make you sting. Hey, hey, baby, when you walk that way, watch your honey drip. I can't keep away. I got a rock. I can't stand still. I got a flaming heart. Can't get my fill. Eyes that shine, burning red. Dreams of you all through my head. Hey, hey, baby, whoa, pretty baby. Darling, give it to me now. Hey, baby, pretty baby, move that way, you're doing now. Didn't take too long for I found out what people mean by down and out. Spent my money, took my car, started telling her friends she's gonna be a star. I don't know what I've been told, but big-legged woman ain't got no soul. Well, that comes from the Mississippi Blues, you know, but the sexy stuff, all that comes from the blues. You know, people say, oh, yeah, that's a very, you know, gonna make you burn, gonna make you sting, watch your honey drip, can't keep away. You can't get sexier than that, man. And then the next song's Rock and Roll. Been a long time since I rock and roll. And then the Battle of Evermore, Scorpio themes. And then Stairway to Heaven. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. And as we wind on down the road, our shadows taller than our souls. There walks a woman we all know, who shines white light and wants to show. I mean, it's all about ascension. And then you go to the other side for the other 4 songs, and you've got Misty Mountain Hop, mysticism. 4 Sticks, mysticism. Going to California. Change. You know? going to California is very much, and that's the song I'm gonna. When the levee breaks, here we go. Now you notice how I get that? You see, that's why I have the dot here, guys, and no one else does. Most guitars have got the dot here on the E, but I've got it on the F. And then it goes. It's very hard to do on it. They know where the dot, Led Zeppelin knows where the dots should be. There, and not there. Okay, and they play this. The yellow and red. Yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, green, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red. Indigo, purple, green, yellow, green, red, green, yellow, green, red, 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 blue, blue, red, green, blue, purple, red, red. Anyway, let's go back to going to California, just so that we can keep things simple. I might go a little bit more. Might finish with this, but look at this, guys. How's it go? Smoke my stuff, drink my wine. Okay, smoke my. Jeez, I've got to go back to standard. No, I shouldn't do that. Let me not cheat here. Let me work this out. I can't believe it. It's such a simple song. Smoke my stuff, smoke my stuff, and drank my wine. Of course. It starts in G and then goes to D. Yeah, okay. Smoked my stuff and drank my wine. Spent my days with a woman unkind. What am I doing freaking wrong here? Let me just check this, guys. I think I had too many mushrooms. I've got to be honest and authentic here. You know, I don't do these shows straight. It's just too boring. Going to California, let's have loose. Okay. Spend my days with a woman unkind. Spend my days with a woman unkind. Smoke my stuff and drank all my wine. I think I'm getting it. Made up my mind, make a new start. Going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. Oh, anyway, it's just D and G. Okay, I should have. So yeah, it's basically a 2-chord song, and it's so beautiful. And many of these songs are. They're just so beautiful. One of my all-time favorites. I mean, I think I did this last week. Evangeline, right? A waltz. She stands on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, alone in the pale moonlight. Waiting on a man, a riverboat gambler, who said that he'd return tonight. They used to waltz on the banks of the mighty Mississippi, loving the whole night through, till the riverboat gambler went off to make a killing, bring it on home to you. See how we go to the C here? The subdominant. Evangeline, Evangeline, curses the soul of the Mississippi Queen that pulled her man away back home. Bayou Sam from South Louisiana had gambling in his vein. Evangeline from the Maritime, well, she's slowly going insane. What for? She stands high atop a hickory hill, alone in the lightning and thunder. Down on the reef, the boat was a sink, and she watched the Queen go under. Evangeline, Evangeline, curses the soul of the Mississippi Queen that pulled her man away. Evangeline, Evangeline, curses the soul of the Mississippi Queen that pulled her man away. And you see how the tension of this chord, the dominant, it's leading you. It's like the tonic is when you're driving down the road straight, no curves. You got your hands on the wheel and you're just going straight. There's no tension. Everything's relaxed. You're relaxed. You don't have to turn a corner, right? Turning the corner, every chord other than the tonic, this is how I explain it to people. Every chord you play is taking you away from home. The tonic, all is a ton. So in whatever key, there's 12 keys, remember? Let's do them. G sharp, A sharp or B flat, B, C sharp or D flat, D sharp, E, F sharp, G. But not many songs. There are some songs that use all 12 notes. They're chromatic songs, but they're very difficult to play. Like, you know, the circus one. Well, that's chromatic. That's a very tricky scale, okay? But we're using the pentatonic. We're just doing 5, okay? Jupiter, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Jupiter. The sun and the moon are not in it. The sun is here, the moon is here, A, next to Venus, and the sun is here, E, here. But we ignore this dot here, but that's where the sun is. That's the sun. But in the pentatonic, the sun and the moon are not included. It is in the diatonic or the heptatonic scale, which has 7 notes. We're not doing that yet. We're doing baby steps here, guys. We're just doing 3 chord songs, 1, 4, and 5s for now. Tonic, subdominant, and dominant, or RGB, okay? Because this is a synesthetic way of teaching people. So you go up to your homeless guy and you say, look, do me a favor, right? I'm going to give you this as a gift. Just think of this is as red. This is the color red, okay? When you go to this first dot, Mr. Homeless Man, with 2 fingers, here you've got yellow. And you're going up the rainbow. Green, that's B flat or A sharp. It's funny because when I watch myself doing this, I see this as crooked. It should always be straight. Don't get into the habit of, like some guys, some of the blues guys do this because they're trying to get the 7th in there. Like Son House, for instance, one of my favorite bluesmen. Son House, very rarely does he play with a straight. He's always playing like this, you know. Yeah, he's always got this crooked. So I'm trying to get, so red, Mr. Homeless Man, this is red, yellow, green, just follow the dots, green, Mercury, blue, Mars, yes it is, Mars is maritime, water, Scorpio. That's why I've got Mercury here, that's Virgo. It's a no-brainer. And even though this is Cancer, it should have the moon is here and Venus is here, whereas Venus is the ruler of Taurus, but we don't ever use it. We do, but we don't. But do you guys know, for instance, In My Time of Dying, Led Zeppelin? Well, let's do it, and we'll see how he uses this. How's he go? So you see how Venus and the moon, And that's in my time of dying, so. And they're just following the dots. All of these slide guitars that Keith Richards and Jimmy Page and Eric Clapton use, they're just following the dots. What did Eric Clapton mainly play? Well, I'll show you. Eric Clapton used the pentatonic scale. So in A, here it is. That's pentatonic, guys. It's not diatonic. This is diatonic. 7 notes. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, pentatonic, you take 2 notes out. It's only 5 notes. So this is an A, for instance. A, C, D, E, G, A. A, C, G. No, hang on. A, C, D, E, F, G, A. What am I doing, man? Anyway, there it is. It's 5. It's 1. This is how to do it. So tonic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And that's the same as this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's only 5 notes. You don't have to play the 7. And there they are, right there where I had the positions, where the dots are. Well, and basically they were just relying on those 5 notes, which are universal, by the way. The pentatonic scale is universal. It's not just blues. People think, oh yeah, that's what the black guys did, you know, in the South, in the deep South. No. Japanese music, Chinese music, African music, it's all pentatonic. So you are going back to the roots, guys. And the root is the tonic. It's always G. All right, so I think I'll finish with that because I'm very disappointed in my. I've been very, very distracted and busy this week, just to say the least. So I'll be informed next week. I promise you. I'll warm up my voice and I'll actually, what I'll do is what I'll do is concentrate on teaching just 1 or 2 songs. Maybe you guys can put some input in, punch in, do some research, and punch in most famous 1, 4, 5 songs of history, and you'll see a whole list. And then you'll say, oh, that one's my favorite. And I like this one and I like that one. Pick 3, put them in the box here, and I'll show you how to play them. if you haven't already worked it out, because essentially all I'm going to be doing is teaching you the same things. Follow the dots. Remember that dot there, the F, because now what you're doing is you're making it sound more bluesy. This is G minor pentatonic. It's actually a G minor pentatonic. I'm going to confuse you with that, but the setup is if you use the dots that I'm teaching you, if you use those dots instead of the dot that all the guitar manufacturers put here, they do not put this one here. So let's take him out. Oh, no, not that one, this one. I put these on for your benefit. It's not for mine. So let's just really confuse you now. I'm getting my liquid paper again. So let's make some confusion here for you. This is sacrilege, by the way, guys. I wouldn't do it. Oh shit, I did. I did it to my good guitar. Mr. Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez will be very disappointed that I put liquid paper on. Flamenco guitars don't have dots. You know, only the classical and acoustic guitars do. But the dots have the secrets. There are flamenco manufacturers who do put the dots in, but they use that one and not this one. So I put them both in there to not to confuse you, but to bring the point home. Okay, so you're going to bring a guitar home, and that dot will be here. I promise you, on the 9th fret. It won't be on the 10th. It'll be here. It'll be that dot there. That dot there's got to go. That's where the sun is. This is where the sun is here and Saturn is here. The sun and Saturn, Horus and Set are always together, and Moon and Venus. The girls are over here, and the big boys are over here. But the dot here is useful. Don't take it off. Okay, don't destroy your guitar now. But just remember that if you want to have the real bluesy feel and you want to play pentatonic properly, see, because the dots on the guitar are made for open string. A lot of people don't realize that it's not for standard tuning, but they're still there. And this is what makes me laugh so much, that you get these guitarists out there. Now, all these dots, they're not there, and you can't see it, but maybe let's just finish. I've got 10 more minutes. Let's just do this for you guys. So, that's how your guitar's going to come, like that. So it's going to give you, that dot's going to be here, and that it's good, but it's now a major pentatonic. You want minor pentatonic structure. Trust me, you'll work it out, because remember I said to you, you don't need to know anything about music. This is synesthetic. This is all based on colors. When you teach this, you're going to teach it as red, green, and blue to people. So G, C, remember, there you go, there it is, C. I'll do it properly. D, G, A minor, B minor, C, D, E minor. Let's why E minor goes so beautifully with the G. G, E minor, G, E minor, because it's the relative minor. It's the sixth. You see, but and so you're going to get a guitar. It's going to have the dots there, right? But what you're going to do, if you want to, it might help you, is just for your benefit. I've done this on top of the frets. So sometimes I like to play in the dark, and these are sort of, this is sort of, if there's a bit of background light somewhere, you can still see these dots, right? So in the dark, you can barely see, you've got, go back to slide. So got the dots there. And remember, it's good if your strings are high, that the action is high. This is the highest action guitar that I've got in my house. I don't like high action because it's very difficult to play if you're going to play with your hands. You have to press harder. These flamenco guitars, the strings are just sitting on top. See the action? It's very, very low, and you can't play slide on the guitar when it's so low, because it touches the fret. So remember, you must be very light with this, guys. Very light. Just touch it lightly. But if it's too light, it'll rattle like this. Just enough pressure so that it doesn't touch the fret. It's beautiful. And you can test it by just going. And you'll know how much pressure. If you put too much pressure on and touch the fret, this is what happens. It's not so bad on this guitar, but on the other guitars it kills it. I'm going flat to the board here, guys. Sounds great. There you go. Some guitars you can actually touch the fret, but you don't do that. You've got to be light enough. And if I were you, I would just sort of get that funky, Let me just get that. Voy. Gracias, hermano. ¿Cuánto te debe?
Llevo dos, entra otra, te traigo otra.
Sí. Vale.
Sí, está bien, te traigo.
Sí, gracias. Back to business. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to finish off now. So, I forget the rum chucker. Remember, this is the tonic. This string here, you always want to start with that one. At the start of the beat, you always start with a tonic. Tonic, fifth, G, D, red, blue, red. Always start with a tonic, that one. So, and you can even do it here because this is a G and a D as well. You can't get it wrong. Even if you get it back to front, doesn't matter. And even if you get down here, try them all. But you've got I'm just doing two fingers here, guys. And when I slap down, I just get a bit of rum chucker. I just hit all the strings. I'm not even playing any of these fingers. Look at it. So let's say you've got a guy who's only got one thumb, right? Just say to him, well, look, just make this red noise all day long. And then every now and then, if you get bored, do it here, where this dot is. See these silly looking dots? And do you like country music? Yeah! Hot negative! See you see how I got it went all pear-shaped? It's because I started jumping around with my hand. Keep it tight, guys. If you keep the hand there really tight and not move too much, don't jump up and down. The least amount of energy that you use, guys. Everything's light here. Even when I go it's all light. These are light. Everything's light. So I'll leave you with this. 2 fingers. You can see thumb, tonic, strum, 5th, strum, tonic, strum. If you want to get exciting, get the up. Down, up, or even up, down. I'm just doing that with this finger. I wish this guitar was sound better. I think I better get new strings. That's what I might do. It's very plasticky, but so this is it. Maybe just this can be your exercise for the week, and then we'll work on other, maybe some arpeggios. Getting out of tune now, but yeah. So see, the thumb doesn't go down here, and you never bend your thumb. You see a lot of these guitarists who play with their the bass. They play with their thumbs like this. You never do that. The thumb must always be curved, always. So don't do that. Do not keep your thumb erect. Okay? Thumbs up. Remember, that's how you play with the guitar. You do not do that. You never do that with the guitar. Never. Always. With the thumb, it's always straight. Never bend your thumb. Ever. Okay, so let's just finish with the song then. G's red. It's in my head. G, I love the chord G. Do you like Jesus? I love Jesus. Christ, the Christ is oh so beautiful. Green energy in the middle, always in the middle. Red shift, blue shift is always very tense. Blue, red. And always sing this note. G, red, red. You can sing the B if you want. Red, 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 B, but G's better. It's more comfortable. It's resolved. It's the tonic, and you learn better that way. Always favour this string, guys, or this one, the two G's that are there. Always, okay? Always. For lead work, these three strings are for lead, and these three are for bass. I'm playing all three strings here, guys. Notice my thumb, always straight. And notice these fingers, they're not scattered, and I'm not wasting energy by opening my hand. I keep everything compact. Everything's curved and compact. That's how my hand is all the time. I wish it was in tune. Anyway, red, 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 red. As long as you sing my recommendation, my strong recommendation is you start with this G and not what they call middle C, you know, middle C. It is in the middle. That's why they call it middle C. But C, there are three colors that make the universe, guys. Two, in fact, red and blue, but green in the middle. Red, it's a red shift, blue shift universe. So everything comes from these colors. And remember, our eyes, the cones in our eyes are trichromatic. Unless you're colorblind, therefore you'll be what's called dichromatic. You'll only be able to see yellow and blue like horses. Horses cannot see red, and they can't differentiate the difference between red and green. Green grass, to them, it's if you rock up with a red shirt to a horse, it doesn't know it's red. It's that their eyes are dichromatic. Humans are blessed. We are so blessed that we can see all the colors. Supposedly, there are trans-dimensional colors. I mean, just take some DMT or any hallucinogen or entheogen, and you'll see it if you're not synesthetic. When I say that I'm not synesthetic, that's not exactly true to the T, because under the influence of if I take enough mushrooms or LSD or DMT, yeah, that's red. Really, for me, I always thought A was red. It's such a hot. A is the sexiest chord for sure, by far the best. A major, and it's orange. You know, I always thought it was red. And this is my go-to chord, A, you know. So I'm going to have to transition from... In fact, that's what this is all about, guys. 440 hertz. Why do they ignore the G and they go up to the A? Why don't they go to the... This is the big question I'll finish with for you. And it's this. I always have to put conspiracies in my videos, don't I? People say, why don't you stick with the syncretism, Santos? You always have to add something to do with sovereignty and liberty and how, you know, the baddies have done bad things to us. Well, okay. So here we have the 12 keys. So we start with C. Let's start with C. And these are the 5 octave ranges. So you start at 32. I mean, no one can sing that low. I don't think there's ever been an opera singer that can sing that C. I might be wrong. But the human ear cannot hear anything below 20 hertz. So that's getting close to 20. So that's why in this octave, you get all... up to 61, that's the first set of frequencies for all the keys, okay? Then we jump over to here, 2. Now you see C becomes, first it's 32 hertz, then it's 65 hertz, and then in the next octave, and then in the next octave, and then this is C. And if you know the work of Ken Horowitz, he says that the universe, the frequency of the universe is 528. Well then that will be C, right? But when we go over to here, and if we went to 432 hertz, which is the true one for A, right? So they've changed it from 432. So if you tune to 432 in 432 instead of 440, which all instruments are set to, then that will be closer to a G. You see, it'll be up here somewhere. I believe that I think it's 396. Maybe one day I'll be able to prove it, but I believe that is the universe frequency. In fact, any one of these, ranging between these two here, guys. When you tune down to the 432 hertz or the 528, 528 or 526? Yeah, 528. Anyway, Len Horowitz. Okay, but see, that's why he loves it, because it's green. Whereas the universe, the ground is red. To be grounded in the tonic is to be standing on red earth. That's why I'm teaching you everything in G, guys. That's what I do in my syncretism. Everything's red shift, blue shift. Thank you very much for joining me. See you next week. Much love and happy practicing to you, and happy teaching all the depressed and poor people, helping them to find some happiness, guys. You can do it just with one string, okay? Please don't make it complicated. I'm probably the one making it complicated here. And even if they've only got some plastic, or they've only got a cigarette lighter, right? All right, and just keep it simple and just say to these poor guys, look, man, look how much fun you can have on one string. Just do this. Slide it up all day, all up and down all day long, and your pet dog, he'll be so happy. You'll be doing things like that's when you do the low sounds are sort of a bit more drearier. You can teach people that going up higher is higher frequency, and then going lower, and then maybe they can find a sound. They might just find, I like this note. I don't know why, but I feel it in my bones. Like I feel D is in my bones. It's my voice. My voice is in the key of D. Every show, you go back to all my presentations that I've ever done, every interview I've ever done, and just play this over my voice, D, and you'll see that everything I've ever said, everything is in the key of D. So if I'm on the street and I'm poor, right, and I know nothing, and you can even listen to the person's voice, If they speak like this, then you know that they're probably a jockey and they fell off the horse, broke their back, and now they're on the street homeless. Some guys speak like that, right? I'm only a short guy, 5'6" now. I shouldn't have the deep voice. My voice should not be in D. I've got a radio voice, which I should not have. Now, I don't know about you guys, but find where you just talk, right? Hello, hey mum, what did you do today, mum? Yeah, D. So my voice is blue chakra. I've got a very, very powerful voice. When I yell, I yell. If there's anything powerful about me, it's my voice. And I do have the blues. I'm lonely and I got the blues. I got to go home. I got the blues. I'm on this crazy little earth called the ground. And it makes me so sad. I get the blues. I love the blues. Yeah.